All right, you guys. So I know it's been a minute. I am in the process of moving, but welcome back this week to the Love Frequency podcast where we turn pain into power. And I really want to get into this topic. So it led me on YouTube to talk about this when I came across Nature Boy. And if you guys haven't heard of this guy, please Google him. Let's get into it. This is why I feel like on my channel, I talk a lot about healing. I talk about a lot about self-love. I talk a lot about really getting to know who you are and yourself, because I feel like the reason being, and I don't want to judge anyone, this is not to judge them or their decisions, because a lot of them, honestly, it seems like they were kind of young. You know what I mean? I think in their 20s, and I feel like young people can be easily influenced by older people, but that's still not an excuse to take advantage of people. And that's still not an excuse to not listen to your family, because a lot of them, I guess, had family and their family was worried about them. But that's why it's important to love yourself, heal, and take your time, because then you're able to discern, you're able to see certain people and see through certain facades with people. You're able to say something don't seem right. I don't know if I want to get into whatever you got going on. Yeah, it seems like a cool movement, but I don't know if this is for me. Sometimes people can be easily influenced by people when they don't really know what they want out of their life. And to be honest, that's why I feel like a lot of predators go after young people or people that's just looking for something. They're looking for love. They're just looking for something. And it always boils down to love. When people join gangs, why do they join gangs? Because they feel like they wasn't getting attention at home. They feel like they wasn't being able to be seen. So they go looking for stuff. They go go into the streets. And that's why I feel like a lot of those people got caught up in Nature Boy. But just y'all got to watch that. It's literally, okay, so the episode came on Hulu. That's nothing compared to the YouTube. I think there's close to 50 episodes on there, y'all. Good as hell. And I'm just sitting there, what the hell? Don't let him talk to you like that, y'all. Don't let him do that. But it comes down to people wanting to be part of something, wanting to be seen, wanting to have a voice. So they go looking for certain things in all the wrong places. But before I get too deep on other topics, we do have a few cards today, and I want to touch base on my card deck so you guys can start getting really used to my cards. And like I said, they're still in production. So the ones that I'm showing are samples. And shout out to DJ Ari for allowing me to use or to test out the first card on her, which she had got the Love Frequency card. You guys make sure to check out that video. It was a great interview. Stay tuned for more interviews. But not to get too far off topic. This week, that's what I really want to touch on. And so as I was watching the episodes with Nature Boy, there's so many people that's easily influenced. So many people that need love. So many people that need healing. And I promise you guys, if you take the time to really get to know you, sit with yourself, it's the most beautiful thing in the world. And honestly, that's kind of where a lot of my tarot, the cards come in a deck. And I don't want to like to use the word tarot, you guys. I want to use more stuff like intuitive. And I think I have that on a box. Intuitive, it just says intuitive cards. So people not, oh, that's tarot. But it has some healing, therapeutic type of cards in here. And that's the reason why I created this. And maybe I'll go further into depth on what, where, when, and how behind the cards. But it started with myself. I'm a good person. And I know a lot of people always say to themselves as well, I'm a good person. I'm this, I'm that, right? We all are good people, but we really do have to take accountability. It has to come a time in our life where we take accountability for our choices, take accountability for the people that we choose, and take accountability for allowing certain people to influence us like that in the first place, and listen to certain people in your family. Like your grandmother say, hey, that person may be a bad person. Listen to your elders. And I'm not saying all family members are right or wrong. I'm just being real surface level with it right now. So really, that's where my card decks came into play, because when I started thinking about how I want to word each card, what they mean, it boils down to therapeutic in myself internally. I think it's a lot of people going through similar things, just really testing it out on family, friends, starting this podcast and saying, I think this would be kind of dope to just turn it into a love frequency intuitive deck to help people. But a lot of people want to blame other people for their shit. They want to blame this person, but you allowed that person in your space. You continued that relationship on for 4 or 5 years. And another thing too, I had came across someone else, YouTube, because I love YouTube. I'm always on YouTube listening to other people and motivated by other people too. And I loved what this person said on their YouTube channel. They said, listen, I'm a type of person, people may look at me like the bad guy all they want to, but if I date somebody and I feel like it's not working out, I'm out. Why stay in that relationship? Why waste my time? Because if I get into this relationship and let's say I want marriage and kids and this person doesn't want marriage or kids and now we wasted a year, whose fault really is that? It's your fault because you think that person is about to change, and then people don't change. And I think that's what a lot of people get messed up on. They feel like they can change people. They fine. I'm gonna date them and maybe we see where it goes. Go with the flow. If that person tell you, I'm not looking for a relationship, I'm not looking to get married, I don't want kids, and you wasted 8 months, 9 months, a year, 2 years out of your time, that is really your fault. And that I have cards in the deck about that. Matter of fact, the accountability card. So this is where this card came into play. Of course, love frequency, but the accountability, and that's not the card that we pulled today, but I brought it out specifically. I pulled through the deck for it specifically. So because I knew today was going to be a topic about nature boy, being influenced by people, self-love, healing, because that's what the cards are about. And people get influenced because they go looking for love, but if they take their time and don't rush into relationships, that's where I came across the other girl's YouTube when she was talking about that. If all my relationships failed, it failed because of me and I made bad choices. So at this point in my life, because I'm older, I'm in my 30s, I'm choosing better people and better quality people that I know are in alignment with where I need to go. So I'm not wasting time. And this isn't to say that it's going to be 100% proof that you're not going to deal with difficulties, but it is saying I'm starting out right. I'm starting out on a right foot versus wasting time. Because if you're wasting people's time, then you're not a real person. That's my next topic. Being real and being authentic with what you want out of life. And that includes love and relationships. Write that shit down. I'm looking for someone that's XYZ, whatever it is, and stick to your boundaries. I have a card in my deck called boundaries, right? So you see where I'm going with this? A lot of it is more relationship focused, finding your soulmate, finding your twin flame, but it has to really start with you as an individual firstly. So, but I really loved her topic when it was a girl. I think I probably said that, but I loved her advice that she gave because a lot of people was in her comments, oh, you a player, you a cheater. But honestly, I'd rather for somebody to tell me straight up, this is who I am. Let me know what's up so that I can make that decision to be with you, waste my time. And I know some of y'all are going to say some people lie. I'm going to be honest, y'all. As old as I am, I'm not about to tell y'all my age because I know y'all probably know how old I am. I have never yet come across somebody who has showed me one thing and did another. Never. Where every single person that I've ever went out on a date with or been with in this lifetime has showed me who they are. And I decided to be with them. I decided to say, well, I'm going to stick it out. I'm going to see where it goes, see the same thing. And that's why when a girl made that YouTube, I'm like, damn, she hitting on some great topics. So it's taking accountability. I knew who these people were. They told me what it was. Some people did. Or I saw things just by dating them. I don't think they're marriage material. But yet I wasted 1 year, 2 years, and 3 years. And that's what that YouTuber said too. She said sometimes we start dating people and thinking it's something that it's not. In 8 months, 9 months then went by. Who are you blaming me? Y'all want to blame other people. They heard me. They're player, they this. But people, no one wants to take accountability for the part that they play in certain stuff. If you see somebody treating you wrong, you see somebody not doing something to your liking, why are you staying in that relationship? Point blank, period. And then going back to Nature Boy, because I really don't want to make this long because I want to get into being real with yourself. Are you wasting time? You know, you want to get married, not to be repetitive, but this person don't. Now you're 5 years in. You could have been dating other people. I don't care if you're dating 10 people. getting to know them, and those other people could have been could have been they could have been your spouse. They could have been your soulmate. But yeah, you wanted to waste time by being loyal to somebody, but you're not being loyal to yourself. A lot of people don't realize loyalty also starts with yourself. You got to, number one, be loyal to you, loyal to what you want, loyal to your needs, your boundaries, and saying no to people. No, I'm not going to do that. Going back to Nature Boy. And I know, like I said, a lot of them were young, and I was young too, and I did some dumb stuff in my 20s as well. I'm not even gonna lie. But I also don't blame, like I've never blamed somebody else for some stuff that I, as a 20 whatever year old, like, hey, I wanted to date them. They didn't have substance. I thought I could change, and it didn't. As I got older, I realized that. And that's where I'm at now, where I've grown and I'm able to put that energy into cards, like a card deck, put it into my book, put it into my podcast, and really just take accountability. Because the last thing that I want to do is be a liar to myself. Stop lying to yourself. Now let's get into the next topic of being real and how some people lie to themselves. Okay, now we're going to get into how I feel like I had to cut a few people off, like a few friends, because we are older now. We know better. When we were younger, so it's easier to point the blame on other people. But when we get older, we have to have a cutoff point and say, I want something better for myself. And it starts with me saying no and setting boundaries. So if as a friend, you're going to continue to come to me and not take accountability, not say, this is where I kind of messed up at, but I'm still working on myself, I'll accept that. You know what I mean? But for you to continue to like talk down about other people, complaints about other people, your fault. The YouTuber, the girl said the same thing. She said, all these women want to be with me, but I told them what it was. And then once I let them go or cut them off, they want to make me into the bad guy. Honestly, I saw that in a few of my friends, and that's why I cut them off. You're trying to make this person into the bad guy. If that person told you, let's say after the first date, that they don't want to be with you, why would you continue to lie to yourself and lie to them and say to yourself, oh yeah, I'm okay with being friends. I'm okay with this. And then 8 months then pass and you see them in a relationship with someone. They chose someone else and you hating on this person that they choose to date. I've seen it all, y'all. And I've seen people literally hate on other people. And if y'all ever go back to my very first video where I made about, I think it has something to do with rebounds, but a lot of people may say something like, why are you with that person? I have this, I have that, I got all this money, I got education, I got a car, I got my own house. Why would they choose this person? It ain't about that. Stop hating on the other person and telling yourself why somebody chose somebody else. It's because that person is in alignment with them. And if that alignment looks like maybe they a bum because they dating a bum, then you have to really look at it. They a bum too. And if you know that you're not looking for that type of relationship, why are you mad? That's where my ego card come into play. My ego card comes into play because a lot of us try to fool ourselves. A lot of us try to lie to ourselves. And I'm just going to compare. Let's say you got a degree, you're a doctor, you got your own house, you got your own car. And I'm not trying to make it materialistic. I'm just trying to give you all a flow. And you meet somebody, a stripper, they doing drugs, they got 5 kids. Y'all see where I'm going with this. And you decide to date that person, but you're a doctor. And you see this person out, they hustling, they in the streets, they dating a lot of dudes or whatever they dating, and you get mad at them about that shit. You can't get mad about that because you're choosing someone that's of that level when you need to really be finding someone that's a little bit more on your level. If you're a doctor, at least find yourself somewhere in alignment to date a doctor and understand that lifestyle, because you cannot force that stripper or whoever to change themselves. Either you accept them for who they are or let it go and something like that. Cool, because you deserve something else anyway. So that's what I mean by hating. If you tell yourself one thing, I'm looking for love, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for that, but then you go out there and date somebody that you know isn't going to work out, you are self-sabotaging because you're really afraid to be with who you really want to be with. You're really afraid to be loved correctly. You're really afraid to be in that relationship where that person can see all of you and you don't have to carry a mask and not be yourself. Some of us hide behind certain relationships because we know that that person is so surface level they're not that deep that we don't want them to see us for real. So they go into these type of relationships, or they go with their ego. And of course, so in the long run, it's probably not going to work because you already setting yourself up to be in a situation that you know ain't going to work out. I'm a doctor dating a stripper. How long is that going to work? It may be a 1% chance it can work, and maybe that 1% chance that that person can change. But let's be real, y'all. Let's just be real. Let's keep it real. Stop it right there. So that's why I had to cut a few people off, because I'm like, you're lying to yourself. You just said that you want to be loved, you want a good relationship, you want a good person, you want a good lover, but yet you're dating somebody who isn't going to be able to give you the things that you want and need. Why not be single? Why not love on yourself and just date a lot of people until the right person to come along? But some of y'all are too afraid to be alone. Some of y'all are too afraid to sit with yourself. And oh yeah, I forgot to add this too. A lot of times certain people hide behind certain relationships, and they do coping mechanisms. They do drugs, they do alcohol, they have sex, you know what I'm saying? They do a lot of surface stuff. Take all of that away. What does that person have to offer you? When you take all that away, when you're not in that relationship, when you're not having sex with that person, when you're not doing drugs, when you're not on alcohol, and you really get to sit there and look at that person, do you really like them? Is this person really somebody you want to be with? And this is a deep, deep topic right here. Matter of fact, I may even name this topic drugs and alcohol and sex properly, because some of us hide behind these false people and we're not being real with ourselves. That's why it's important to heal. That's why it's important to be by yourself, so that when somebody do come along, you know what you want. You're not easily influenced, going back to Nature Boy, what I said, and you can see certain bullshit from afar away. And I literally just thought of that topic just right now, because I'm trying not to make this long, but drugs, alcohol, and sex, like, that is addictive. That is a coping mechanism. You are hiding behind something because a lot of people don't want to be seen. A lot of people don't want to be loved, right? What happens if that love really do work out? The person you really want. I'm not talking about the rebound. I'm not talking about the relationship you're in now. If you're happy and this doesn't apply to you, cool. But I'm just saying, it's a lot of people out there, more than less, that's in relationships that they know they really don't want to be in, but they have to be loyal to this person because now you got to weigh it out. Going back to that girl I was telling you on YouTube, she like, look, I will break up with somebody after 30 days. Some people laughed at her like, that's cold, give them. No, hell no. Break up with me. Don't waste my time. Don't waste my 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, or whatever. And that's happened to me, you guys. I ended up being a rebound to somebody. I've never had a rebound. I don't do rebound relationships. I like being single. I like being alone. And yeah, so if the right relationship comes along, I'm cool with that, because I want marriage. I want something real. I'm not afraid of love. I'm not afraid of being seen. I'm not afraid to speak up on what I want. But have I done that before? Yes. I was younger. I've grown. I've healed. That's what my cards are about: healing, finding love, being safe for love, being accountable for my decisions. And I want that for you guys. I really want that for you guys. And that's why I was like, I need to talk about this. But it has to start with Nature Boy, y'all. That, girls and boys, I'm telling y'all gotta watch that. Type in Nature Boy on YouTube. I'm telling y'all, that was some tea for real. But it got me into thinking, damn, there's so many of us out here that just really don't want to be loved right, because we're afraid. What are you afraid of? What if it works out? But yeah, drugs, alcohol, sex, dang, what else do you have to offer? That's another thing. People look at me, they be like, I see a beautiful person. But outside of all of that, I'm very intelligent. I love conversation. I'm not a surface level person, but if that's all you can offer and I get in this relationship with you, of course it's not going to work out 4 or 5 years. And that's where my accountability came to play, because I was choosing people because, cool, you like me, I like you, we're in a relationship. But really there was no talk about long-term goals, conversation, what are you into? There was nothing about alignment. It was just like, you cute, I'm cute. You like me, I like me. But once the honeymoon faded, we didn't have shit to talk about. If something would have happened to you today, whoever you are with right now, you get sick, you can't talk, I don't know. What if something happened? What if something happened? So are you aligned with this person? That's why a lot of relationships don't work, because too many people are out here in relationships that they really shouldn't be in, prolonging the relationship probably a little bit too long because they're really afraid to be seen by the person that they probably really want to be with. Be single, y'all. I'm not saying be single forever. And then let's say you with your person. Once again, this does not apply to you. But it's too many people. And this is why I had to get on this topic, because I'm like, when she brought it up, this YouTube person, when she brought it up, I'm like, damn, she's speaking the truth for real. And she said the same thing. Look, I want to get married too. I want kids too. So why the hell would I be stuck in a relationship when I could date 10, 15 people? Not sleep with people, but date people, get to know people. And if it don't work out, she like, I'm out. Cool. But some people jump from relationship to relationship as well because they too afraid to be, oh, that's another thing, because they don't want to. So I think it's scary. Some people think it's scary to be alone, to really get to be in introspection with yourself. They're afraid of being alone. So that's why maybe they lean into these rebound relationships. They lean into people like Nature Boy. They lean into these relationships that whatever they in as a coping mechanism. And they do the alcohol, they do the drugs, they have the sex, and maybe it's good. But you take all of it away and say, you know what, I just want to be single. Let me really see and focus on myself. You never know what you're going to find. It's almost like therapy. It's almost like purging. I'm not gonna lie. You know how some people do drugs and they send them into the rehab and they go into some type of shock because they're purging that shit. Y'all need to purge from being in a relationship for real. Y'all need to really purge and really heal. And honestly, I've had a few instances in my life where I was single for 5, 6 years at a time. My last relationship was 2 years ago. Once again, I've never had a rebound relationship. So I'm really in tune with myself. I'm not afraid to date. I'm not afraid to tell people no. I'm just not afraid, because at the end of the day, what the fuck do I got to lose in this lifetime? Nothing. The most that somebody could say to me is, no, hey, I'm not feeling you like that. I don't want to be with you. Cool. Guess what? I'm still a cool person. It's going to be somebody else out there that's going to catch my wave, and cool. It's all good. Why am I upset about it? Why am I running from, if ever I come in contact with my soulmate or twin flame or whatever, why am I running from that? For what? I'm not afraid to be loved properly. Matter of fact, I need to be loved properly. I'm a good person. Why would I want to be in some surface level relationship, some rebound relationship, when I could be out here just really traveling by myself, doing me, until I come across my wife, or you know what I'm saying? So I ain't trying to make this too long. So here's my 3 cards, guys, before my camera cut off again. But we have timeline jump, we have divine timing, and we have soulmate return. So soulmate return could be something as simple as you meet your soulmate. Maybe you ran from them, and this could be a soulmate or a twin flame, and you were afraid to be seen by them. So you go and jump into another relationship, which is cool. So this is basically saying that maybe you guys both learned the lesson. So now you guys are returning back to each other to complete whatever you need to complete. And part of that comes with divine timing. So stop trying to rush relationships. Stop trying to rush being with somebody. It's going to happen when it's going to happen. Be single, travel, do you, build your money up, stack your bread, work out, go to the gym. Stop trying to be so pressed to be with somebody. You're a queen and you're a king. So you don't need to be out here trying to rush anything. Divine timing is going to happen when it needs to happen. And then timeline jump is almost like a karmic loop. And I have karmic loop, by the way, in the tarot deck. But it's basically saying that what goes around comes around. And so timeline jump is basically, it flows into transformation, new change, new chapter in your life, going into the right time of whatever it is, something creative, something like the new love, something new is on the horizon. So don't be afraid to jump into that. Don't be afraid to, just don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to take on this new opportunity in your life. And this could be for me because I'm transitioning. This is a transition card. So I'm transitioning to another timeline. I'm in Hawaii. Now I'm going back to the East Coast. Different time zones, different energies, different people. So that could be for me, timeline jump. But going back to what I said, you guys, not to make this long, Nature Boy, go watch him. Y'all gonna be amazed in a good way. It's very entertaining. And secondly, I had to cut off people because they wasn't being real with themselves. If you want something from somebody, you really want to be with them, tell them that. No, I can't be your friend because I love you. No, I can't. I don't think this is going to work out, us hanging out every day, because it can blur the lines. And I'm going to assume that you like me, even though you told me that. And that's another thing, y'all. Somebody can hang with y'all every single day. Somebody can hang with y'all every day. Believe them when they said, I just want to be your friend. Don't think that they're going to change. Don't assume they're hanging out with me. They told me this. It's been 8 months, 9 months. And then boom, you see them in another relationship. That's your fault. Don't be hating on that person they with. They chose them. If they wanted you, they would be with you. And that's it. Stop letting people try to bamboozle you. Matter of fact, they didn't do anything. Stop being delusional. And then also being real with yourself about what you want, because at the end of the day, life is just too short to not get what you want. Life is too short to be in a relationship that you don't see yourself in long term. And I preach this I feel like every episode. Just don't do it. You're wasting time. You're wasting their time. And then I'm pretty sure down the line, they're going to complain. Oh, this person let me on. I was with them for 2-3 years and I never saw it coming. You did see it coming, baby. Maybe they stopped having sex with you. Maybe they stopped having deep conversations with you. Maybe they got silent. It's there. Y'all just want to ignore the signs. So it's there. Trust me, I've even seen it because people have done it to me. And it's not that I was a bad person or anything like that. I just probably wasn't 100% their type. They used me as a rebound. They used me as someone to hang out with to get over their ex-wife or their exes. And I didn't see it at the time, but I learned from it. And I learned that date this person, don't rush into something. So taking accountability of that and everything I preach on here, y'all, I'm not just saying it. I'm telling you guys this because I've been through it. And that's what love frequency is about. It's about love. It's about healing. It's about elevation. It's about that frequency. It's about energy. And it's about getting what you want out of life. It's about speaking your truth. Who cares what people say? Because at the end of the day, what they gonna do? They can't beat you up. So tell people the truth. I like you. I want to be with you. I want to marry you. You are amazing. Don't run from love, because love is the closest thing that we have to God. And if you guys are God bodies, then why are you afraid to love somebody anyway? Why are you afraid of your soulmate? Why are you afraid of your twin flame? Why are you wasting your time with a rebound? Why are you wasting time? You know what I'm saying? And if that person said that they don't want to be with you, if they say when they want to be friends, be real with them. Hey, I don't think that's going to work for me. Deuces, because I like you more than friends. And this is, keep it real, shit. Keep it real. And honestly, I would be kind of hurt if somebody told me, if I told them I just want to be friends and they end up lying to me for like years. And that's happened to me, y'all. I've had people that liked me for 5-10 years. And one day, I don't know, maybe we were drinking or something. Be sober, guys. Anywho, we were drinking or whatever. And it was like, I've always loved you. I always liked you, da, da, da. And I just look at them like they fucking crazy. Are you kidding me right now? I'm thinking you my friend. I'm thinking that you're being truthful. And you telling me I'm hanging around you every day as a friend and really you got other motives or feelings? That's lame as hell to me. I think you should always keep it real with somebody. I know some of y'all are scared, but I rather for the truth to be told than for a lie to be told. And if you're not telling people how you really feel about them, you are a liar. You are not keeping it real. You are not being authentic. And I know some of y'all are like, well, it's complicated. Ain't shit complicated. What if they get hit by a bus tomorrow? What if that's your soulmate or your twin flame and they get hit by a bus tomorrow? Then you gonna be that person at their funeral, be like, oh, I really love them. They were the one. That shit ain't funny, but I'm just saying, that's why I don't play games like that. I let people know how I feel about them. It's up to them to see it for what it is. They say, hey, I'm not feeling you like that. I'm okay, because guess what? I'm not afraid of shit. So what? It's going to be other people out there that's going to, like I said, catch me, catch my wave, catch my vibe. And I'm not going to be fake about it and say, I can't be friends with you, because, I mean, if it's truthful, if I could be friends with you and just leave it at that without crushing on you and being extra and shit, cool. But I'm not a liar. I'm not fake. So I probably wouldn't be friends with you, or I probably wouldn't hang out with you. But I've seen friends do this, and that's why. So my light went out, y'all. Sorry, but I really, really wanted to finish this video. I don't know why this thing isn't charged properly. But yeah, so I'm about to wrap it up. But I just really had to say that because I really want y'all to get the best out of life. I really want that for y'all, because guess what? I'm getting it for me, y'all. I'm just speaking my truth, speaking my experiences. And life is just so short for you not to get everything that you want. Money, business, kids, family, that dream house, that dream spouse. Be single for the rest of your life if you have to. Because honestly, here's another thing y'all be doing. Y'all be lying to people. And that's not right. People have lied to me, you know what I'm saying? And wasted my time, like I said, me being their rebound. That's not okay. That's not nice. That's not righteous. That's not sovereign. That's not being a chosen one. That's not being a God body, because you're literally in the back of your mind knowing that, damn, I don't really like that person like that, but I'm gonna stick it out until maybe somebody else better come along. I've seen people do that, and they'll end up leaving their husband, their wife, for the person that they really want. You hear me? And that ain't cool. So that's why, like, I just rather be single. Like, I don't play with people like that. Like, I just don't. I don't want my time wasted, and I don't want you to waste my time. So being single and being alone really helps you to see and reflect on meditation. It helps you reflect on healing. You know, it helps you reflect on what you want out of life. So, and I've learned a lot of that by living here in Hawaii, being alone. Well, I came here with somebody, but I'm not afraid to be alone. I'm enjoying myself. I go outside. I take myself on dates. I travel alone. I'm okay. I like it. And guess what? And if my soulmate or my twin flame come along, like, boom, I'm ready. Let's do this. That's cool too. I'm not afraid of that, because if something happened to me, if something happened to them, why the hell would I be afraid to just love if I can, even if it's for a week? Let me knock on wood. Ain't no wood right here, y'all. But I'm just saying, though, this is a deep, deep podcast. This is a deep topic, because a lot of y'all be playing games with people, and you don't know what can happen. They can go off and get married to somebody else. They can, something bad can happen to them. So why would you play games with somebody like that? If you know they're a good person and you know they're somebody you want to be with, why would you play games with them? And also, if you know you with somebody right now and don't want to be with them, why are you wasting your time? Hey, let's be friends. Let's hang out. Let me not put a title on it. Going back to the girl on YouTube, like, so many people came in her comments, but I'm like, yeah, I was like, yes, girl, you speaking the truth. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather come across people like that to just tell me, listen, I'm just trying to have fun. I'm not trying to date like that, because that's not going to lead me on. At least I know how to get my mental together. So if I decide to like you too much and you had already told me what it was, guess whose fault is that? Where's the accountability? Exactly. But yeah, I just can't be around fake people either. And I may tolerate it for a little bit because I'm an open person. I like to try to think that I support people, but if you come to me every day, baby, you ain't made no money today, you ain't worked out, you ain't cleaned the house, you ain't did nothing to take care of yourself, but then you want to come to me and complain about somebody who already done told you that they don't fuck with you like that, and now you hating on the person that they with now, we got a problem. I'm gonna cut you off. I ain't playing with you or nobody. And you know what? My mother was the same way. My mother would look at people like, yo, get the fuck out of my face. Get out my face with that. That's lame. Get out my face. And that's the type of shit I'm on too, because I'm not gonna ever lie to nobody. I've always been a truthful person about my feelings, whether I like you or not. I don't like you. I don't like that. No, I don't. And I'm not saying I'm perfect, because of course I've been in relationships and worked it out, but I was still honest in those relationships. And honestly, that's wrong on my behalf. And I take accountability. That's wrong on my behalf, because if I knew that somebody wasn't capable of doing certain things and I got in a relationship with them, you can't be mad if they're not able to meet you where you at. But really, you knew that before you got with them, and you should have been getting with somebody who could meet you where you at. Go back to the beginning of the video. What did I say? Some of y'all be forcing yourself into these relationships thinking it's going to change. Don't do that to that person. That's not right. That's wrong. And then y'all want to complain. They left me. They did this. And so that gave me a reason to cheat on them. And that gave me a reason to do this and that. No. Ain't no reason to ever cheat on somebody. Ain't no reason to ever try to play with somebody's feelings. It happened to me. So I'm speaking on myself and my past, and I see people do it. And I'm just like, damn, tell that person, speak up. Why are you afraid? I just can't do it no more, y'all. I'm sorry. So Yep. So that's why, like, keeping it real in love. That's why I'm not tolerating friendships like that either. I don't care. Friendships, family, relationships, I'm not tolerating that. If I see you complaining about anybody, talking shit about anybody, and you are not leveling up your life, we're gonna have we gonna have a problem. Okay. I may let it slide if I see you getting that money and I see you being positive a little bit and working out, and then maybe 1% you may sprinkle in there like, yeah, I like this guy or I like this girl and she da 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 da. Cool. I'm gonna listen to you as a friend. But I just can't deal with that other shit. I'm sorry. You're not gonna do that one. But yeah. See y'all next week. See y'all next time. I have an interview coming up. Someone's interviewing me, guys, and I'm kind of excited. So that's Saturday. And then next week I fly out literally back to the East Coast. So you guys may see me on the East Coast, and Hawaii has been real. I've been doing something every single day. As you can see, like, I'm literally not in my same environment. So moving, but I'm happy. And yeah, hopefully you guys are happy too. Email me, inbox me, whatever it is, and stay tuned for next week. And I'm so sorry. I really tried to not make this too long. Oh, wait. I think I have another card I want to show you guys. Yeah, this one, Safe Love. So this one is called Safe Love. And that's basically what we were talking about. Some people run from real love, but they ask for it. You ask to be loved. You ask God for someone. You ask God for someone to see you, and then he send that person to you and you run. Because some people don't feel safe to really be seen and loved properly. And I understand. We're all healing. But yeah, I had just randomly picked that card up and I wanted to show you guys that one about safe love. Just hopefully you guys find that. Hopefully you guys find that one where you are able to speak freely without feeling judged and I feel bad because I feel like I kind of semi-judge, but y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm not someone to judge, but one thing I do not like is people talking down on other people. I love people too. Like, I feel like I've come across some great people, but they didn't choose me. And I didn't say, oh, how can they do that? How can they choose that person? I'm this and I'm that. I mean, look at me. I didn't say that. Be happy for people. Be happy and say, oh, congratulations. And I'm happy for you. Move on. And you become a better person. It's going to be somebody else out there that's going to come along. So I don't want to sound like I'm judging, but I just don't like people judging other people and talking smack about other people. And they're not doing nothing about it. You're making it seem like it's their fault when really it's yours. Like, stop complaining and do something about your life. So, but yeah, safe love is, hopefully you guys find that. Hopefully you guys don't be afraid to love. Don't be afraid to step out there. Yeah, don't be afraid to love again and again and again and again, because listen, this is what we're here to do on this earth. Love teaches us to grow. So if you're avoiding certain things and certain people, you're telling yourself that you don't want to grow. You don't want to unlock the next level of growth in your lifetime, because you rather settle in surface level relationships. And some people do this because they don't want to be seen. They don't want to level up. They're afraid to sit with themselves because they don't know how powerful they are. So they're the type of people that need a lot of people around them. They have to jump in and out of relationships, not heal, and use drugs and alcohol to cope with things and people. And people have done that to me. And looking back on it, like, damn, that's what it was. You got to cope with drugs and alcohol and sex, and yeah. Anywho, but yeah, see y'all next time. And sorry about my light. I just really wanted to finish this video, but see y'all next time.